So when you access a website, email account, network server, or other password protected item, you may be given the option to remember or save the password. Any of you have experienced that? This is an interactive class, so feel free to interact. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
you've been given that option, right?
yes.
Okay, so if you choose to save the password, it is saved in your keychain, so you don't have to remember or type your password every time. As shown on my screen here, this is what you see, right? In most cases, save
Yeah.
the password, never for this website or not now. Now, there's some instances I will say save a password, and there are others I don't. For example, where would I never save a password to? Anybody have an idea where
early tomorrow?
never save a password
On
to?
a shopping site.
Up here eating some breakfast.
Well, there's that. Yep, very good answer. And but most importantly, my
Your
bank,
your
my
bank.
online banking access.
Yeah.
I've never saved the password on my device.
Coming in at 3:10.
What would you
Okay,
like?
let me see if I can mute this person.
So I'm gonna
So
go on
please,
early.
never save your
I know.
banking, if you're doing online banking, password on your device. Don't do that, okay?
No.
People because
Still getting some background
Miss
distraction.
Teresa, could you? Yes, please. Thank you.
Yeah, I am. All right, so let's look and see what's going on. Password management. Oh. This is a short video.
Just
as you can see.
$67.
It'll
You can make
be
as
on
many
what is
videos as you
keychain.
want, and you never need to pick up a camera or use. Hi, and welcome to a new video. It is important to use strong passwords instead of just using the same passwords on every account. The more complex your passwords are, the more protected and safer you are from threats. To remember them all, you can use a password manager. One good choice is the built-in password manager from Apple called Keychain. In this video, I'll show you how iCloud Keychain works to help you remember all your passwords across different Apple devices, like your iPhone, iPad, and Mac. Let's go. With iCloud Keychain, you sync your login information across all your devices connected to your iCloud.
Indeed.
To open Settings on your iPhone or iPad. Tap on your Apple ID at the top, press iCloud, then choose Keychain and activate it. Once you enable this feature, all your saved login information, which includes your email address, username, credit card numbers, and password, will be stored in your iCloud. Of course, all the stored information is encrypted on Apple servers, so there is no way to have access to the passwords without your Apple ID. On an iPhone or iPad, it works pretty much the same. To view the saved passwords, go to Settings and scroll down to Passwords. If you have iOS 13 or earlier versions installed, select Passwords and Accounts instead. Enter your passcode or use Face ID, and then you will be presented with a list that contains your passwords. These are from the websites you may have signed in or signed up in the past. Remember that these are only stored locally on your device if you do not have Keychain enabled. A useful feature is autofill passwords, so make sure to activate it. I'll show you later in this video how to use it. You can always manually add an entry to the list by tapping on the plus button at the top. Now type in the website, username, and choose password. As you can see, Keychain is suggesting a randomly generated password. You can use this if you're creating a new account for a website. But if you already have an account for that website, just enter your own password instead. Then confirm with Done to save your entry. Another feature that was added with the software update from iOS 15.4, which lets you add notes to your passwords. Under Account Options, you can click Add Notes, and you can now type in any text like bank details or other information. This way, it's easier to copy and paste it whenever you need it. If you long press an account, you can easily copy the username or password. You can also delete the entire account if you don't need it anymore. So how will all of this help you? Let's say you're trying to log into a website. With autofill passwords enabled, you can autofill your login information. This means that you don't have to manually type in your username and password if it's already saved in your passwords list. Tap on the username field and on your keyboard, click on the key icon. To confirm, you'll need to enter your passcode, Face ID, or Touch ID, whichever you have enabled. Then you'll see the list of your saved passwords. Choose the right one and both the username and password are auto-filled in the website. After signing in, you'll be asked if you want to store the password on your iCloud keychain. Tap on Save Password so that you can use them when you're on another device with your iCloud account. As I mentioned earlier, you can also use the built-in password manager to generate strong passwords when creating a new account on a website. In this demo, I'll create an account on Instagram using the Safari browser. Enter your email address and complete the confirmation process. When you tap on the password field, instead of showing your keyboard, it will ask if you want to use a strong password instead. In the password field, a randomly generated password is already filled in. If you don't want to use this, click on Choose My Own Password. After you are done creating your account, it will automatically add this website along with your password to your keychain. To give a summary, since you have activated this feature, other devices connected to your iCloud with keychain enabled can access your passwords list and vice versa. This means if you create an account on a website using your iPhone and you want to log in using your iPad or Mac, you can use the autofill function to log in. You can follow the same steps on your iPad, but it's a little different on a Mac. On your Mac, click on the little Apple icon at the top left corner, then tap on System Preferences, and now on Apple ID. On your iCloud settings, tick the checkbox Keychain. Now, when you log in on a website, you know it is saved on your password manager. You can use the autofill function. Open Safari and go to the website you want to sign in. Click the key icon on the side and open your passwords. Enter your user password or use Touch ID instead. Then choose the right website on the list and confirm it with Fill. Now you can log in without typing your username or your password. To access the password manager on your Mac, go back to System Preference.
All right, so he's going over what it is for a Mac. And we're basically working on an iPad. So we're going to skip this part and get back to the slides. Any questions? I see Ms. Duckett. Good morning, Ms. Duckett. How are you?
Good morning. Can you
I see
please
your hand raised. Huh?
explain to me, good morning, how are you doing?
I'm doing
What's the
good.
difference between a username and a password?
Oh, very good question, Ms. Duckett. So your username is like your name, right? Or your, let's even put it even better, you know, your address to your house, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And what is the password? The password is like the key to get into your home.
Okay.
In other words, you
So,
have an address public, that is public, right? Everybody can know your address, right? Well, most
yes.
people, but do they have the key to your front door?
No.
No. No. Same way, they can have your username to access you and your account. You can have it, but only you can have your password to access your account, whatever it is, whether it's you're shopping online or you're going, for example, if you wanted to check on your Social Security, you would have a username to access the Social Security portal, but you'll need a password to get into your account, just yours.
Okay. Now,
Does that make sense?
is that the same thing as signing on to the computer before, in order for the computer to open up? Or
Yeah,
what I
logging
mean
in,
is,
you mean logging in? Like logging in, is that what you're saying? Logging into
Yes.
your computer? Yeah,
Yes.
yep, you log in. I have to log in. I have to log in each time. So I need to enter a password to get into my device daily.
Okay. Okay. All righty.
I don't know if that answers your question, does it?
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much.
Any other questions relative to what we're covering right now before we go to the next? All right, so what is going on here? Why is it that I might have to, my device, here it is.
Passwords
We're back.
and
All right, thank you. All right, so when you sign in for services on a website and in apps, you can let the iPad create strong passwords for many of your accounts. iPad stores the password in iCloud keychain and fills them in for you automatically, so you don't have to memorize them. Is anybody using this system yet? The keychain system? Anybody using it?
Well, Teresa, I use
No.
on my desktop, I have a password area with it keeps up with your passwords. I haven't done it on my iPad. So, and the beauty of it is like, you don't have to remember the passwords because they create it for you. So I have it on my desktop.
Yeah. But I hope you don't have, do you do banking online?
Yes.
You're not having them keep your bank credentials, are you?
Yeah, but it's secure. It's secure. I haven't had any problems.
Okay, as long as you're confident about it.
I haven't.
I personally don't have it. I don't have it on my device or no, not my banking information.
Right.
No, but just, but so on your iPad, there's a feature as shown in the video that you just watched in iCloud that allows you to store your website passwords. So in the event you access that website, whatever website it may be, the password is already in place, so you don't have to actually enter it each time. That's what Keychain is about. Okay. It also creates passwords for you, so you don't have to come up with, trying to figure it out. That's what Keychain can do for you. Okay, so when iCloud Keychain is enabled, the iPad can create strong, random, unique passwords when users sign up for or change their password on a website in Safari. The iPad operating system automatic strong password generation is also available in apps. Users must opt out of using strong passwords. In other words, you can choose whether you want them to, you want to utilize their strong passwords or have your own. You have that option. All right. So by default, passwords generated by the operating systems are about 20 characters long. They contain 1 digit, 1 uppercase character, 2 hyphens, and 16 lowercase characters. These generated passwords are strong, containing 7 bits of entropy randomness. All right. The password auto-filled passwords list in iCloud Keychain indicates if one of the user's saved password is reused with other websites, passwords that are considered weak, and passwords that have been compromised by a data leak. They will let you know if you're using it too often. For example, I was speaking to someone recently and they said, oh no, I have one password for all my websites.
No.
That's what I think it was someone here said that in the program. That, please don't do that. Okay. Right. Even if you change one character, at least one character. Okay. All right. So using the same password for more than one service may leave those accounts vulnerable to a credential stuffing attack. If a service is breached and passwords are leaked, attackers may try the same credentials on other services to compromise additional accounts. So that's the reason why they should be unique per each account. Passwords are matched in two-part process. The most commonly leaked passwords are contained within a local list on the user's device. If the user's password occurs on this list, the user is immediately notified without any external interaction. This is designed to ensure that no information is leaked about the passwords a user has that are most at risk due to password breach. So this keychain password management thing, they're basically there to tell you if the password is used too frequently, if anything is wrong with it, they will correct you, they will guide you. It's designed, it's AI, designed to let you know. All right, so if you do decide to use keychain management, you're not sure, you can always call the help desk. Derek or another, or Tatiana or Jaden will be more than happy to assist you in how to navigate to begin doing so. It can help, but it's a feature that's on your iPad. Just wanted you to know, to be fully aware of that. Now let's look at the iPad iMessaging service for an Apple device. So iMessage supports text and attachments such as photos, contacts, locations, links, and attachments directly to a message, such as a thumbs up icon. Messages appear on all of a user's registered devices so that a conversation can be continued from any user device. So what they're saying is, like, if you're like me and you have an iPhone and you've got an iPad and you've got a desktop, I can use any of these devices to send a message or access a message and continue it on another device. So it's synced. It's, again, cloud-based, right? It's cloud-based, desk-based. And the built-in features here is that anything you do on iMessage is protected by end-to-end encryption, so no one but the sender and the receiver can access them. Okay? So you can be confident about that. Here's a question. How iMessage sends and receives messages securely? Let's find out. Users start a new iMessage conversation by entering an address or name. If they enter a phone number or an email address, the device contacts the Apple identity service, known as the IDS, to retrieve the public keys. And this is a security feature, and the APN's address for all of the devices associated with the addressee. If the user enters a name, the device first uses the user's contact app to gather the phone number and email addresses associated with the name, and then gets the public key and the APN's address from the IDS. Now, I'm not expecting you to understand this because this is way beyond. This is for folks dealing with security. But it's just that what they're saying is that with iMessage, they're saying if you were to enter the person's name, right, or the phone number or email when sending off an iMessage, it goes into their server looking to make sure that things are secure before that message is even sent out, that things are in check. It's like a way of, it's a security check. That's what it's been designed to do. Another app on your iPad,
the WhatsApp map.
Go ahead.
Excuse me.
Pardon me?
The WhatsApp app, is that would be one of the iMessages that's secure.
Yeah, end-to-end encryption.
Right.
Yeah, that's very good, Brenda. Yeah. FaceTime also has an iPad built-in security feature. Yep. It says here that it does the same thing. It says the audio or the video contents of FaceTime calls are protected by end-to-end encryption. So no one but the sender and the receiver can access it. So we're on FaceTime chatting away, whatever is being said or recorded during those moments is encrypted. Okay. All right. Find My. This is another app for Apple devices. It's built in on the foundation of the advanced public key cryptography. Now, went over this some while ago, so we'll touch on it again. I don't know if any of you have had any reason to, but I think everybody should have this app on their iPad or should be aware of at least about it. Okay, it says Find My can help users locate a missing device or even an offline iPad. An online service can simply report its location to the user via iCloud. Find My works offline by sending out short-range Bluetooth signals from the missing device that can be detected by other Apple devices in use nearby. So let's find out about this Find My. All right, so any Apple device within Bluetooth range that has an offline finding enabled can detect a signal from another Apple device configured to allow Find My and read the contents broadcast key, PI. The encrypt location is associated with a server index, which is computed. And this, again, don't expect you to understand it, but this SHA 256 is an encryption, encryption security feature that converts the English language or the speaking language into signals, symbols, you know? So now anything that's shown here in, for example, if you go on iMessage, create a message, right? You're writing it in English, right? If for whatever reason a hacker gets into your iMessage, guess what they're going to see? Are they going to see the actual message? No, they're going to see symbols, lots of zeros and ones and whatever. But the SHA 256 is a hash that actually converts it. Okay. They're saying that even on a level like this, with Apple doing this, is saying they never have the decryption key. Apple don't keep the decryption key so at any time, if it's being hacked, Apple doesn't have record of any decryption keys to convert the encrypt information back to readable, human language. They don't hold on to that. In other words, for just like to be something to be encrypted to convert to symbols, you need a key to decrypt it, to put it back in English, readable language. That's what that is. Encrypt, decrypt. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So you can be confident, they're saying, that your FaceTime app, when you chat on FaceTime, when you use the iMessage, when you use Notepad, that they're all have what? End-to-end encryption. Yeah, end-to-end, right. Nothing is visible by any hacker who gets in there unless they have the decryption keys. Now, I'm not saying they wouldn't, but it would be an awful difficult one for them to get it, the decryption method. They'd have to do some work to get it, right? I see Sandra, go ahead, ask your question, unmute.
Well, good morning. How do you get the key?
That's a very, very good question. Now, because there's so many different methods of encryption, decryption, back in the day, before this whole thing became useful, I don't know if any of you know the history of anybody knows the history of encryption during the war, when messages were being sent from whatever, and you had to learn the method of to decrypt. Well, today the computer does the decryption, does the whatever is designed to decrypt. Now, what
Teresa.
is how do you get the key? The key could be a password
And
to
Teresa,
give you access
they
to
used to
that
have a code also, right?
code. Yes, a code. Very good. Thank you for bringing that up. Thank you very much, Mrs. Duckett. Yep, a code. That's usually the decryption. How it's
Okay,
done.
sometimes
Now-
they send it to your device and tell you to type it in.
Yes, you got it.
Okay, I got you. I got
You got it, Sandra. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. And thank you again, Ms. Duckett, for reminding me of that. It's a lot of information. So you can rest assured about those 3 apps. Okay, as far as what you do on them. And as Brenda notified, the WhatsApp that you learned about last week also has end-to-end encryption.
Yeah.
Whatever you do or say on that, it's all encrypted also.
Yeah.
So they're learning that, they have these wise individuals, very brilliant individuals who always wanting to get into somebody else's business system for whatever gains. And so they're coming up the security features to encrypt this data and then the security features to decrypt the data. All right, so now we're going to look at Bluetooth. A term that is becoming very popular, has been popular for a while, and it's used, every day. Anybody heard of AirDrop?
Yeah.
What is AirDrop? Do you know what is AirDrop?
I believe if you're sending an email or a bulk of a lot of information, you can airdrop it to whoever you're sending it to.
If you're within a certain what? Range.
Range.
Right.
Yeah,
Certain range.
Yes, range, exactly. Thank you, Brenda.
Miss
Mhm.
Teresa?
Yes,
Yeah, you can also airdrop a picture to someone too.
yes, it is so convenient. You're
Yeah.
standing next to that person, you want to share a picture with them, airdrop it. Bluetooth for you, working right there. So Bluetooth is a technology standard used to enable short-range wireless communication between electronic devices. Since Bluetooth operates on radio frequencies rather than infrared spectrum used by traditional remote controls devices using this technology do not have to maintain a line of sight to communicate. For example, with your remote, right? You have to point that remote to get the TV on or off or change channel. You have to aim it, right?
Yeah.
And
Right.
what it is on the remote, do you ever see the beam like a light
Yeah.
thing?
Like a little red
signal.
beam. Mhm.
That's what they're saying. That's the traditional way, but Bluetooth now is doing it its way, a different way. They're using what is called radio frequencies instead. Okay. Anybody using Bluetooth? Remember when Bluetooth first came out with the earbuds? You see people
With the
walking around talking,
Yeah.
and you're wondering who they
Mhm.
talking to because you don't see any wires or anything.
Yep.
That's
I'm
Bluetooth
using
for
the
you.
iPad. I'm really not awake this morning. iPods. I mean the little AirPods, the little ear thing, buds
Yes,
with Bluetooth.
wireless, right?
Yeah. They're
Yeah,
Bluetooth.
wireless.
They're
yeah.
wireless Bluetooth.
Mhm.
That's
They
Bluetooth
use it
for
with the
you
phone.
working.
My
Mhm.
children use those Bluetooth things all the time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
You use it with your phone. Yeah.
Yes, they use it with the phone a lot.
Yep. With their phone. Right.
I-
So they're saying there
I
are
don't
two
quite-
types of Bluetooth. Go ahead, Mrs.
I don't quite understand what the Bluetooth is.
Okay, so let's find out.
It's
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are 2 types of Bluetooth in Apple devices, okay? Bluetooth Classic and Bluetooth Low Energy, known as BLE. The Bluetooth security model for both versions include the following. So let's look at them. Pairing. It's the process of creating one or more shared secret keys. Okay. We're going to break it down. Bonding, the act of storing keys created during the pairing for use in subsequent connections to form a trusted pair device. This is all, you're standing, for example, as someone mentioned earlier, that you want to airdrop a picture, right? So I'm standing next to you. I want to share that picture with you on my phone, rather than getting it out and copying it and emailing it. And I don't need to do that. If I have your contact information, I can just simply stand next to you. Guess what? With my iPhone, it will see your iPhone or iPad, right? And pair it. And then I could send it what it is I'm sending. And I get a notice saying, and asking me, do I want to accept it too on the other end, right? So that's what pairing is. They're saying that it's also encrypted. It says the message integrity is protected against messages forgery. Secure, simple pairing, protection against passive eavesdropping. Yeah, because you don't want anybody passing near you, pairing up with you. You don't know who they are. So they put features in place for that. And there's an attack called man in the middle attack, which is used to happen frequently. I don't know how often it does now, but years ago, you could be, especially with businesses where they have, I'm working in one location, you're working in another location. What's going on between the two? We're transacting files back and forth, digital files between each other. Well, a hacker comes in and intercedes our and copies our data or whatever it is that we're transacting. And that attack is called man in the middle between two devices. So Ms. Duckett, let's break down what is Bluetooth. So Bluetooth, for example, your iPad, right? Let's say you wanted to play music on your iPad, but you don't particularly care for the speakers on your iPad, right? You can purchase a Bluetooth speaker, right? That you can now sync with your iPad to play the music for you on that speaker. But the app you're using is on your iPad, and the speaker basically, you're not using any wires, is just sitting within a certain distance, picking up through what is called radio frequencies, playing that music for you from that app on your iPad.
Okay.
Now,
do you use?
Should I go?
So do you use some devices for the Bluetooth, or
It has to be.
anything?
It has to have Bluetooth features built into your iPad or your phone or wherever to utilize it. It has to already exist. Yeah.
All right.
It must be a part of your device already there. And if it's there, it will recognize, for example, your iPad will recognize, you've got a speaker within a certain range of your iPad to play the music you're playing on your iPad. It'll actually give you a list of all the nearby the Bluetooth devices within a certain range and say whether you're connecting or not to that device.
Okay.
So, here's another example, better one actually. You want to be able to print, right, from your device, from your iPad.
Right.
But you can't use, the iPad isn't designed for cables, right? It's not designed for cables to hook up a printer to. But you can purchase a printer that's Bluetooth, has Bluetooth features, where whatever you would like to print from your iPad, the printer would be able to see it and print it and print for you without any cables.
Okay,
Does that
gotcha.
help? Without any cables, the printer would be able to, the iPad will see the printer and communicate with the printer to print whatever documents you'd like printed. And there are no wires, nothing connected with each other. Okay,
Okay. Yes,
got it. All
thank
right,
you.
you're welcome. Moving on. The next thing we're going to look at is what is single sign-on, also known as SSO. And many of us probably already using single sign-on. I know I do it daily. Once I sign on, I could in the morning, basically, I can access many locations and many websites through one sign-on. So single sign-on is an authentication method that enables users to securely authenticate with multiple applications and websites by using just one set of credentials, one set. For example, as shown here on my screen, if you see here, I can sign on with just one sign on each day. I can access my Google accounts. I can access Microsoft, because this is Microsoft logo. I can access, I think this is Dropbox. This is their logo. I can basically, this is me down here. I want to access, so I sign on to, let's say I sign in to Google every day because I have to sign into my Gmail, right? I sign into Google each morning. Well, once I sign into Google, I now have access to any other applications within this provider. But I don't have to keep coming up with a username and password each time to access these others. Why? Because over here as shown, there's this server, a computer, a huge computer that keeps all of my information, credentials locked in here. And these are people who partner with each other to say, well, I trust your system, you trust my system. So we just need for one access, and anybody signs in, or if I sign into Google, I should be able to sign into Microsoft without having to re-enter my username and password. I can just get in, I can go from any of these websites basically without any issue. Make sense? It's like having a master key. You know what a master key is? Many can access what? Many locks with that one master key.
All right.
Make sense? Any questions on this? All right.
I have a
Here we're
question.
gonna talk about it. Go
I have a
ahead.
question.
Go
when you
ahead,
say-
son.
Like you say, you sign on your Google. So should you sign out every day or what? Because when we turn like this iPad on right here, everything is already up. So should I just have a password and sign in every day, or?
Not necessarily, no. You haven't locked your iPad down, right? It's pretty open.
Yes.
But once you're in your iPad, and let's say you have a Gmail account, right?
Okay.
Let's say you have a Gmail account or a
Yes.
Google account.
Yes.
But you also have Microsoft products like Microsoft Office Word or whatever, PowerPoint. Let's say you use that too. Do you need to sign in to them as well as Google?
No.
You just need to sign in one of them. And you
Right.
can have access to, right.
But I think my Google
Make
is
sense?
already up. I don't sign out.
Yeah, it's all hooked up.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. So I don't
you're
have
right.
to sign out and sign in.
No, right.
Okay. That's all. I just
Right.
want to make sure. Okay.
No, it's a good question. So we talked about what is AirDrop. So let's elaborate on it even more. AirDrop uses a cool way of transferring files between Apple devices. It uses Bluetooth on your device to broadcast and create connections between two devices. Then it uses point-to-point Wi-Fi transfer to transfer the data between the two devices. But they must be within what? A certain distance of each other to utilize AirDrop. So I'm standing next to you. I want to share a picture with you. And do I need to send it via message, or do I need to send it through email? No, I don't need to do that. I can AirDrop, meaning just stand next to you. My device will find your device, and then I can say, okay, I want to send this picture to you, and then you'll get a notice on the other end standing next to me that this picture is arrived. Do you want to acknowledge the receipt? You know, do you want it? And yeah, I want a picture, and it's there now on your device. That's what AirDrop is about. And you can enable it. It's not, you got to go in there and turn it on. Okay. So are they saying? They're saying that's also encrypt. AirDrop security Apple devices that support AirDrop uses what? Bluetooth, low energy, and it has what is called a peer-to-peer Wi-Fi technology to send files and information to nearby devices. Okay, encrypt again, not a security feature. So we're standing next to each other. I have some files I want to share with you. I don't have to worry about whether man-in-the-middle attack will occur where somebody will come in and snatch those files, because, and if they do, it's encrypt. They'll need a decryption key to access it.
So, Miss Teresa, is that the way when you buy a new phone and you put it next to the other phone and everything on the old phone goes to the new phone? Is that what they do?
Well, I don't think it's as simple as that. Has that happened with you?
I bought a new
Because it
phone
takes more than
before.
that. No. That's a security feature right there. No, that's kind of dangerous.
Yeah, the phone company did it. They put the old phone next to the new phone and they did something, and everything from your old phone will go to the new phone. So you don't have to do them one by one.
Yeah, but it's a little bit more than what you're seeing with the eye.
Oh, okay. Okay. They
A
do.
little bit more
Teresa?
than that.
Mhm.
Huh?
Miss Teresa,
Because then anybody,
they use
go ahead.
a Bluetooth method, but in a sense, but it's more secure.
Yes.
By
Yeah.
far more secure.
Right.
Yeah,
by far.
real secure. Okay.
It's more
Yeah.
secure. Right.
And
They have
they
a
got to
phone.
get permission. They've got to get permission to do it.
Right.
It's they got to get permission to do it.
Right.
And
They sure
so
do.
They do it.
for example, yeah. And that's why, and all that stuff just, and it looks magically done, but there's
Yes.
a lot of stuff going on with that.
Mhm.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on with that. All right, so that brings us, to the end of this session of features. Now, I'd be more than happy if any of you want to see, I can sign into my iPad right now, which I'm going to do, and show you where this keychain access is and how your passwords are saved on it. And let me go there right now and okay.
Teresa, can I ask you something? Now,
Sure.
with the WhatsApp, do you have to be standing next to a person when they send you information? Because my son was here and we both have WhatsApp, and he sent me a picture of his apartment, and there was a wasp hive there. And he was here when he did it. So, I mean, can you do that from great distance?
Well, you can AirDrop it. You can AirDrop it.
So maybe that's
now, what device did he have? An Apple device?
No.
Does he have an Apple?
Android. We both have Android.
We both have a, so maybe Android might have a feature like AirDrop. I'm not aware of it though.
But you
I'm
can
not aware of
WhatsApp
it.
far away, Miss Teresa. I do WhatsApp from Jamaica to here and from
Oh, okay. So you don't have to. Okay.
And it's not an iPhone. but we all have
Okay.
the WhatsApp, yes. We
Okay.
do that.
All right.
Take pictures all the time.
Right. So I'm going to begin to share my screen. And I'm going to show you all how to access Keychain and how your passwords are stored on them. I do have some stored, so you'll be able to see how it's stored. Okay. So now I'm going to go into settings. So I'm going to find my settings icon and access settings. Oops. Okay, so where's my settings? There it is, that gray icon. And now I'm in my settings. In here now, I'm going to tap on where it says Teresa James right here. Tap on that. And now that I'm in there, notice it has password and key, payments and shipping. But down here in blue, that's iCloud. I'm going to tap on iCloud. And in iCloud is where Keychain exists. So
Oh, passwords and key.
here you see here, password and Keychain. I've got it off, but you can turn it on. Okay, it's asking me here, secure your passwords, your credit cards, and more in iCloud. Autofill information in Safari and other supported web browsers on your devices and more. I can turn it on, which is what I'm doing now. And it says here, this feature uses end-to-end what? Encryption to
Encryption.
keep your data safe, right? An iPad passcode needs to be created to enable end-to-end encryption. So I was asking me now that I need to create. It's probably going to ask me for my Apple. Yep, it's asking me for a code. So that's basically, and then from there, you follow the prompts and you can begin saving your website passwords in Keychain. Okay?
Okay.
Any questions on Keychain at this point? I'm going to check the chat to see if there's anything in the chat. Any questions there? Okay. Any questions on Keychain? Everybody's clear on what
I have a
Keychain-
question. No, I have a question on the keychain. So you went in
Mhm.
there, but you said you can put your credit card information and stuff in there. I think I
Well,
must.
they're saying you can. They're actually saying you can. Now, why is it now? Hold on. They're saying that you can store anything and it's going to be encrypted. You can.
So
That's what they're.
so you will put your credit card information like on a certain site, or I mean, how would you put it in there? I didn't get that part.
Yeah. Well, yeah, for use for when you're shopping. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, say if you want to do Amazon and you put it in there.
Exactly.
Oh, I
Right.
got you.
If
I
it's
got you.
stored in the Amazon. Yeah.
Okay, but you
And you
said
can select which ones you want to store there too, wherever you're doing shopping or whatever.
okay. You said something about banking earlier. About you weren't so sure about putting your banking information in there.
I don't trust my banking information with any device. I
So-
personally don't.
You were saying don't do it automatic. Just go ahead and manually put it in.
Every time.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
Excuse
Yeah.
me.
Banking
Excuse me.
information is going in there manually. I don't want any device because who's to say who's going to break in my house one day and take my device?
Oh, you got a point to that. Okay, because I was doing my manually, but one day I noticed that it was already in the keychain, and I don't remember putting it in there, so I can go and take it off, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Who's to say I'm not going to misplace my iPad somewhere or my desktop in transit? I'm traveling through the airport. You got to check in your all your computer devices. Who's to say the other end is going to come out? I'm not putting my banking information on it.
Okay, so how do you take it off once it's in the iCloud?
You can shut it off.
Oh, okay.
You can, well, I would assume you can shut it off. or delete it. You should be able to edit it once you're in there.
Okay, okay.
Excuse
You
me, can
can
I ask
edit
a
it.
question?
And I've been there, I've edited mine, yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
My name Cliff. I got a question. Just you don't have to go through the whole process. So once I go in and I access iCloud, and then it's automatically gonna show up about the key, what you call it, the key chain, or
Keychain. Mhm.
it's gonna just key chain gonna show up. Now, hit the keychain, and it's gonna ask me
Yes.
for my password, my Apple password, or which password?
Yeah,
or do
it's
I-
gonna ask you for credentials. Yeah, it's gonna ask you for information.
Apple
access it.
password.
So,
Yeah, the access.
right, go to
Okay.
settings, select where your name is up here, then select iCloud.
Yes.
And then once you're in iCloud, look where it says passwords and keychain, select that,
Yeah.
and you keep going.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay? You
I'm
turn
on
it
my
on,
Apple.
or mine is off right now, but you can turn it on. Huh?
I'm on my Apple
Teresa,
phone.
with the
Wait,
bank.
let me finish with him. Are you finished, sir?
Yeah, I'm just saying I'm on my Apple phone, right? I'm not on my tablet. I had something else on my tablet right now, but I got you. You know, I know know what to do. I got it. Thank you. The other lady
You
can
got
talk.
it now? What is your name anyway?
My name is
What is
Cliff.
your name?
My name is Cliff.
Cliff. Okay, Cliff. All right.
It's been a while since I've been, I logged in.
It's been a while. Okay.
Yeah, but
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Okay,
Keep
thank you.
coming back. Cliff. You're
Okay.
welcome. All right, Denise.
Oh, yeah.
Denise, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if someone did steal the iPad and your bank information was in there, they can't get into your account if you got to put in your password to get into the bank. And if your
That's
bank
my
sees
iPad.
somebody, and if your bank sees somebody fumbling with that password, they'll notify or
Right.
they'll shut it down. That's
Right.
how my bank
You're
does
right.
it.
You're right.
Mhm.
Their way to, yeah, you're
Because
right.
they know
I'm not
they know
disagreeing.
they know how you function. And if
Yeah.
they see something not right, they'll shut it down quick and let you know.
And they've done that. They've
Uh-huh.
done that.
Yeah.
Teresa,
Somebody deposited $18,000 once in my account, and they
Oh.
immediately notified me and locked
Right.
my account down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
So
they know the norm. They know what's the norm, and it's all AI, artificial intelligence, talking.
Right.
Mhm.
Mhm. That's
You're
right.
right.
Mhm.
But these are things that we are learning as But when this whole thing began years ago, it was a mess.
Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
we're getting better and better
Teresa.
with knowledge.
Teresa,
Go ahead. Go ahead,
Um,
Catalina.
I use password manager on my mainline computer. And if I try to use the keychain, how is that going to affect those accounts? I have to put in another password.
Well, when you say you use password manager, is it on your iPad you're using it, or a desktop?
No, in Google.
In Google. So there are two different apps. You're using two different apps. So but it will impact if it's the same. The passwords have to be the same in both managers, because it's the different accounts, right? So you can keep a password manager and keep all your passwords on there, or you can set the same passwords and stuff. You can keep it in keychain. You can.
Okay.
I don't know if that helps.
So if I were to try to access, say, my bank
Keychain.
on my iPad,
Mhm.
and I don't have it in keychain, but I got it in password manager, it'll still work. I mean,
No,
I don't have,
not on your iPad, it would,
okay,
because you have it on a different app. It has to be, keychain only works on an iPad and an
Okay.
Apple device. On an
Okay.
Apple device. That's the way it works. Yeah.
okay,
So your password manager will work basically, and I don't know what app you're using
Is it-
for that,
it's,
will work on whatever how it, depending on how it's designed to work, may work giving you access to the various apps, websites that you access. So you might want to stay with it. If it works for you, stay with it. I wouldn't
Okay.
switch. If it's been effective, I would stay with it.
Yes, okay. Thank you.
Unless you start using your iPad, then that's a different story.
Yes, I see. Okay,
See?
yes.
All right. I'm gonna go.
Thank-
Thank you, Catalina. It's nice to see you again.
Thanks for seeing you.
Yeah. Dina. Go ahead and unmute Dina, and then we have Diane, and then Dina, unmute.
Good morning,
Good
Ms.
morning.
James. I am
Good morning.
confused about Bluetooth. I
Mhm.
see a lot of devices that
Mhm.
descriptions will say Bluetooth accessible. What I want to
Mhm.
know is, can these devices still be plugged up? Say if I'm on a coffee pot and the description reads Bluetooth.
Mhm.
Will it still be able to be plugged in a socket? And I also want to know, would the Bluetooth, would that be a service I would have to purchase in order to use it?
Oh, okay, that's a very good question. All right, let's start with the first one. Not all Bluetooth devices can have cables. Not all of them are designed to have cables. Not all. But there's some that can be plugged in. For example, a printer. My printer is Bluetooth, right? Design. I can plug it in to my laptop. And I don't have to. So that's a good example of you can, but you don't have to. But then, for example,
I'm asking, does it have a plug that still can be plugged in, installed in the wall, like our traditional way of using electricity?
well, those Bluetooth devices have to be charged. Yes, they have to have a plug. They've got to be charged up. Yes.
Miss James, I'm
Mhm.
saying our traditional way of plugging
Mhm.
in our anything, the way we always did. I'm
Mhm.
asking, can a Bluetooth device still have our regular cord to plug in the wall?
Yes.
Okay, so the coffee pot could be plugged in the wall using electricity and Bluetooth combined.
And
what I'm
Bluetooth. Yes.
saying?
Yes. Yes. But
So
keep in
now,
mind that the Bluetooth is not meant for electricity, though. It's not designed to give it power. The Bluetooth feature is there to sync it with another device. To sync it,
Bluetooth device.
to see the other device, see it, to communicate with it,
Right. Okay.
However, that Bluetooth device has to be plugged in to get electricity to stay powered.
Like our iPad.
Yes, exactly, to stay powered, yes.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Hold on,
Really,
let's wait for you
I know.
to finish.
I know.
but really
Uh-huh.
a Bluetooth device
Mhm.
would not be useful. Just, I got it. Okay.
No, keep going. They still, you're not clear on something. So let's just do a little brief thing about Bluetooth devices. I've got, for example, those same earbuds you see people walking around with.
Yes.
They can talk, use their phone for hands-free while whether it's driving or wherever. Those earbuds have to be charged, have to get some form of power to be able to be accessible and used. They've got to be charged. So how do they charge them? They keep them in these little cases. I don't know if mine is, and that little case, that little thing has some form of battery that needs to be charged every once in a while, maybe during the night, and so that it can be used during the day. Does anybody use earbuds?
I have some.
And do you have to charge those earbuds, right?
Yes, yes, it has a,
You've got
it
to
has a
charge
cord.
them.
Right, it has a cord that you plug in to charge them.
Right,
Like the
exactly. You've got to
So,
plug-
Miss
in fact-
Jane, Miss
Uh-huh.
Jane, is the Bluetooth service that has to be purchased?
No,
No.
your device either comes with Bluetooth or it doesn't. It's already there when it's designed within for the whatever device it is. For example, the earbuds, they're Bluetooth, if they're Bluetooth designed when they manufactured it.
Okay,
You don't
So
have
you-
you don't have to buy Bluetooth. Bluetooth is already existing when it says Bluetooth feature available. That means it's already existing in that device.
okay.
Teresa, so like she
you.
was saying, if the Bluetooth coffee pot is plugged into the wall, it have to
Right.
be connected to your iPad so that when you turn the coffee pot on, it's coming through your Bluetooth through your iPad.
Yes. Can you see my camera? Can you see what I'm showing? Is it
Yeah.
visible?
Because it has
That's
to be
the
connected.
charger. The charge.
Yeah,
the
you have to
the
charge.
earbud. And here's the extension. There's the connection right here that has to be plugged in to be charged. It needs electricity to stay charged.
Like the iPad.
Yep. It needs electricity to stay charged. Else,
So
if it has no electricity, it's not going to function.
Right, so if
Right.
she keeps her coffee pot plugged into the wall, when she wants to
Yep.
use it through the Bluetooth, she has to connect it to the iPad or whatever other device to make it work.
She's using, yeah,
Or it might just work manual, but if you wanted the Bluetooth way, it have to be connected to some type of other device to
It has
make
to
it
be
work.
charged to work. It has to
Well,
be
it's constantly
charged to
staying in the
work.
wall. It's constantly staying plugged in the wall. If you
Mhm.
got one that works by electricity and the Bluetooth, you see it stays plugged in, but you need a device to keep it with the Bluetooth. You need to have other device, like Teresa said, to make it work through Bluetooth. Now you might just want to work electricity. That's different. It'll work that way. But if you want it Bluetooth way, you have to have another connection to make it work that way. You
Okay,
get what
I
I'm
got.
I'm
you got what I'm
confused.
saying,
Denise.
Dana? You
I got-
confused?
I
Oh,
got.
no.
I'm
You the one-
confused.
You
who's
confused?
confused? Who's
No.
confused? Let's
But I
clear it
got-
up.
I
Yeah,
got it.
my Bluetooth devices, if I need to charge them, I plug them in the wall. When they're charged, I take it out. It doesn't
Mhm.
have to stay plugged in to work.
Mhm.
No, that's another way, though. We're talking about a coffee pot.
Mhm.
Oh, she was just giving an example. Okay.
No, I think
Yeah.
she was asking
Do you
about it.
have a
Yeah, it
Bluetooth
was just
coffee
an
pot,
example.
Tina?
It was just an example.
Okay, it's just
Okay.
an example. Yeah.
But I
Well,
think that's
very
how it
good
works, right,
question, though.
Teresa? Yeah, you have to have another device. That's just like you want to play your music off the iPad and you want to hook it up to your Bluetooth speaker.
Denise,
have
you
to-
talking about pairing. That's pairing.
Hearing.
That's pairing that you're speaking of.
Yeah, but I was just saying, they do have it that way where you can, you still have to have another device. You can't just say plug that up and, I'm gonna, like
But it
where
has
I
to be paired.
the coffee pot and it worked Bluetooth.
Mhm.
I can't just say, well, I'm plugged this up now. Okay, now Bluetooth gonna work on it. No, it's not. You have to have a device you hook it to make it work through the Bluetooth.
Yeah, that's like Alexa.
Yeah.
Okay, hi, George.
How are you doing? this month.
Good. So Dina, does that kind of clear up some of your, does it clear up?
Yes, you need device plus device, but I'm just still curious
You gotta have
about
two
an
things.
electrical cord. I mean,
Yeah.
will it, if a description says Bluetooth, the coffee pot, so does that mean that it would still have our traditional electrical cord to plug in the wall?
Yeah, that's what I was
could
saying.
still
Yeah.
do both.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
That's what
Okay.
I was saying. Yeah. And then it worked
Okay.
Bluetooth way too. But if it working Bluetooth way, you gotta have it hooked up to another device like your iPad, your phone, to get into the Bluetooth part to make the coffee pot work through Bluetooth.
Right.
Get it? But
So
you
if
can
I'm
have
in
it
a
manual
car,
plugged up.
just say if I'm in a car or something, example, and I wanted a cup of coffee, I would have to have both Bluetooth accessible devices to make the coffee pot work in the car. You know, because I would.
But let's talk about the coffee pot.
It's just an example. It's just an example.
I think let's keep it a little bit more simpler. Let's go with something that, because I can't conceive. Does anybody have a Bluetooth coffee pot? Because
no.
That anybody
It's
have
just
a
an
Bluetooth
example.
speaker?
My son has a coffee cup that works with the Bluetooth in his car.
Okay, that's what
Okay.
I'm talking about.
Now enlighten us on that, because that's new, right? That's
Yeah,
a feature
that's
I
something
wasn't
new.
Yeah.
Actually, his wife gave it to him as an anniversary present, and I hadn't thought about it. I knew that you could hook the phone up to Bluetooth. The earplugs and the cordless keyboard. But I never even thought about. Well, see, I don't drink coffee, but I'm thinking that I could be drinking tea in this car. Okay, so yeah.
What's your question? What is it doing? Is heating up the coffee?
It's heating it up.
What is it doing?
Yes, it's heating it up.
Heating it up. Okay.
And it also, she has one, and it brew, and you put your tea bag in the water, and as the water heats up, you get a cup of tea.
Oh, okay. I'm doing it. Bluetooth coffee mug.
Coffee mug.
Yeah, that's what it
I
is.
have no idea where she got it. And when he was trying to explain it to me, I was like looking at him like, I'm real dumb on this stuff.
I bet you Amazon got it.
Yeah,
they probably did. That's probably because they have an account at Amazon. They buy everything from Amazon. So
yeah, it's a coffee mug or a tea mug that will keep the water and your coffee beverage warm. And it's just a wireless thing, which would be Bluetooth. Bluetooth is just a wireless capability that you just charge it up, and then after it's charged, you don't have to do anything else because it's a wireless connection.
It keeps the coffee warm.
Teresa?
Yes,
the car. So
yes,
Dina,
Teresa.
Dina, you see what you brought up here? We weren't even, you were ahead of us, Dina.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're ahead of us.
That'd be a nice.
Thank you.
Look, Teresa, that'd be a nice Christmas gift for someone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's have Miss
Teresa?
Duckett. Yeah. Go ahead, Miss Duckett. She's been trying to speak. Go ahead.
I have the keyboard that goes to the iPad, and on that keyboard, there's a little button that I have to push, and it's saying that it's the what y'all talking about now? The
Bluetooth.
On it, it says that the Bluetooth is hooked up to the iPad. So mine is in the little keyboard that I can use to type on it, because I have a separate keyboard, and when I plug it up, that has to be charged. But when I plug it up and hit that button, it says
now some
it's attached
some
to the
keyboards need
iPad.
battery. For example, this keyboard needs battery. Right. If it's not, doesn't have the plug it into the wall, as Dina was saying, it will operate from batteries to keep it charged.
Teresa,
Okay.
the keyboard that I won, that uses Bluetooth.
Right, is that charged up by electric battery?
Right,
Or
right. The external keyboard uses Bluetooth. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thanks for all of you. Diane has been waiting patiently. Go ahead, Diane.
Me too.
I see your hand's raised.
Okay, I have 2 questions. I have never used my earplugs accessories. So can I plug it into my iPad and it'll work? Or do it have to be charged first?
It works.
Well, it depends. First beginning, these are earbuds, you're talking earplugs, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
earbuds, yes.
And they're Bluetooth and they're wireless, right?
Right.
Okay,
All
so
I-
if you need to charge it first. It would need to be charged.
Okay. The second thing,
And then you would then turn on your Bluetooth on your iPad to see if it will find the earbuds. And once it does, you then give it permission to connect to it.
okay. And one other thing, but it has nothing to do. I want you to show me how to share screen again, but not right now because we're busy on this. So let's go
Okay.
on with the questions here. I'm finished asking my
So
questions.
as shown, thank you. As shown on my screen, you see where it's saying Bluetooth in settings? Can you
Yeah.
see?
Yes.
That's how my Bluetooth is turned on. So if I were to tap on that right now to see how many devices my iPad is going to see that has Bluetooth features within a certain range of where I am, it should show it. It says this iPad is discoverable as iPad while Bluetooth settings is on. So it's looking to see if I have any Bluetooth devices within a certain range of where I am.
Right.
And it's stalling out, so maybe it's not finding any. But I do have my iPhone here, that's Bluetooth. I have my keyboard that's Bluetooth, so I don't know what's going on here. But that's how you set it up. So you would do that, Diane, if you wanted to discover your earbuds. Okay?
Okay.
You go to
Okay.
Bluetooth,
Right.
turn it on, and make sure it's green and white, and it'll begin to find your earbuds.
Okay.
But your earbuds have to be charged. It has to be charged.
Okay.
Make
Thank
sure you
you.
plug it in ahead of time.
All right.
Okay?
Yes.
All right. I don't mind showing you how to share a screen. We're about to wrap up anyway. Before we go, I can show you how to do that. Any other questions? Anybody have any other concerns before I show Diane how to share a screen?
Teresa, I do. I want to
Okay.
ask you now. I was telling you that I do my banking online, but I believe my son put a firewall up for on my computer, on my desktop. So that's why I haven't had any problems, with anybody hacking my account. So can you tell us more about firewalls and how, the security of the firewall?
Sure. Can I make that a topic?
Okay.
Yes.
Because
Okay.
there's a lot to it. There's
Okay.
a lot to a firewall. I
Okay.
can write that down and put that on one of my advanced training
Okay.
classes, firewalls, what they
And
are.
then I have one other concern now. I see on your iPad, you got personal hotspot. Why they didn't put personal hotspot on our iPad, on our devices?
Because your subscription is being paid by somebody else. Now,
Okay,
you
all
have
right.
your own personal iPad and paying your own subscription. You can have as
I
many.
have it on my, I have it on my house.
Okay, good. Okay.
I
Got it.
have it on my
So
iPad.
Yeah, because
Brenda, it's on my
you came in
iPad.
at a time, Denise, when they were offering it.
When they were,
Oh,
okay.
oh,
The
I'm
newer
sorry.
iPad, the generation, DACL made a change here.
Oh, oh,
Okay, got it.
But
Yeah.
I have it off though, Teresa. I don't have it on.
You're right, right. All right,
Oh.
so I'm going to now show, I'm going to actually have Diane learn how to, let me give her permission,
To share.
share a screen so she can begin learning how to share a screen. All right, so Diane, I'm going to give you permission to share a screen. Okay, let's see, make you a co-host, and I want you, okay. Now, Diane, look at your, can you see your participant list? Is it visible?
Yes, I can see it.
All right, do you see you right next to it where it says co-host? I've now given you permission to share your screen, so let's go. So I want you to tap somewhere on your iPad to get
Okay,
your Zoom toolbar up.
Okay, Zoom toolbar.
Toolbar up with all the icons on it. You know your Zoom toolbar?
Yes, I got it.
Do you see one that says share screen in green? It's only icon in green on the Zoom toolbar.
No, all I see is the Zoom on my toolbar. No, all I see is Messenger, Siri, the music, the mail.
No,
the
tap.
date.
You're in Zoom, right? Are you in
What you
Zoom?
need to do is look at the top of your screen, baby.
All right, tap anywhere on your screen right now, and then your
Okay.
Zoom toolbar should pop up. Tap there.
It says share content. Okay.
Mhm. I love your background.
No,
Do you see it?
No, all I see is mute, videos, stop video, share
Keep going.
That's
share
it.
contents.
That's
Right.
it.
ma'am.
That's it. That's it. That's it. Tap on that.
Okay, I tapped on share content.
What do you see next?
I see screen, photo,
Stop.
iCloud
So what do you want to share? Your
screen.
screen. So what are you going to select?
I share screen. I hit that.
There you go.
Okay, now
Tap on that.
Now I have Zoom broadcast, the thing Zoom is start broadcast.
Start broadcast.
Start broadcast.
And there you go.
There you go.
You did it. You can share it now. Now hit the home button. Hit the home button. And then go, and then there you go. We now can see your home screen. We're now seeing your iPad screen.
Okay.
Okay.
Now share screen. Now which one do I push?
No, you're already sharing your screen. We're seeing your screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we just
sharing
saw
screen.
your homepage. We just saw your homepage a little while ago with a picture in the background, and we saw your icons.
Okay. Lower my hand. Okay. It's a
There
big
you
white
go.
thing say you are sharing screen.
Right. Yep, that's you. That's your screen we are seeing. We're actually seeing your screen.
Okay. Well, how come I can't see my face?
Because now I want to, okay, so all right, let me look at your screen to tell you what to do next so you can see yourself. All right, I'm looking to see if I see the 9 dots where you can tap on. So you're not seeing yourself, Diane? Because we're seeing you.
I'm seeing me at the bottom.
Well,
Yeah.
you're seeing yourself.
Because you're sharing a screen right now. Basically, That's what you're going, we're all going to see what you are sharing, everyone, including
okay.
yourself.
Okay, all right.
Now, if
All
you
right.
were to hit the home button right now, hit your home button on your iPad,
Okay, I
just hit
did.
it. Now, what are we seeing now? We're seeing your homepage. We see
Right.
a picture with the District of Columbia weather. We're seeing the top stories, files, and so forth.
Right.
That's what you're sharing with us.
Oh, okay. Okay, I think it's okay.
You think it's okay?
Okay,
It'll take you a few times, so we'll do it again. Okay?
all right. Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, so I'm gonna end today's session. We have the lunch club coming up in a little while by Mr. Thompson, who's going to be on in about 9 minutes or so or less. And then we have a 1:30 module 5. It's a fairly short lesson. And that should be it for today. All right.